Rakhee.
Hi, Kat. How are you?
I'm okay. So I'm Kat Farrance, and I'm founder of Movement for Modern Life. And this is Rakhee, who is our content creatrix.
I like that. Creatrix.
Yeah. I came up with it right now.
I put together the courses, and so it's been busy recently because we're coming up with lots of exciting content that's suitable for people at home. So we've launched some new courses this week, and we've got our lovely home retreat starting next week, which I'm really excited.
I am. I'm super excited about it. Rakhee created it, it has to be said. But it's going to be really cool because it is 2 classes a day. It's like you get on a retreat. So you get 2 classes. You get your morning class, your evening class, and you also get a live meditation with one of our fabulous teachers every day.
And it's amazing because we have 10 incredible teachers all coming to join us. So I'm really excited, and it's going to be in this slot, but starting on Saturday.
Yes. So 7 p.m. from Saturday. Put it in your diaries, and it's just really nice because we're going to be able to connect with people. And the thing is, we're all isolated right now. You know, we're a bit sort of at home, and it's quite nice to have that feeling of connection. You know, it's like, yes, we are on our own, but we're also connected, and that's what yoga's about. So, yeah.
So I'm noticing, Kat, someone has just asked, is it possible to comment in the chat box, or is it possible to ask a live question? So yes, I've read that. So you can ask a question. I think we don't have the power to bring your screen up live, but we'll see any questions
in the chat box. It's good.
Yeah, so we'll see those. But going back to the home retreat, as Kat said, we've got 2 classes a day. So each day we have a different teacher, a different theme.
So it's like a real retreat. It's like a journey, like you do on a proper retreat, with a different theme every day, and we all go through the process together.
Absolutely, and we've got, just like in a retreat, we've got a lively class to really set you up for the morning, and then something in the for the afternoon and evening to really help you relax and rest and enjoy this time, which is a challenging time, but it's also giving us, I think, an opportunity to really connect in with ourselves. I've just seen another question saying, is this different to the home retreat that I've seen under the challenges? No, it is the new home retreat.
But the thing is, I'll send out an email on the Friday to say, log in now, and then so in other words, press the start button, and then you'll get your first email on the Saturday. So the idea is we'll all be doing it together. So we have the whole sort of community aspect of it. So it's not just us doing our classes on our own. That's the thing.
And we'll have the teachers' input each day, the teachers whose classes we're doing, and we'll be posting things up in the movers group as well. So where you're watching this, in fact, with some prompts and things to think about as you move through your day. And of course, what will be different to a real retreat is that quite often we go away on retreat away from our families, but
no chance
in this situation. With a few that are living with other people, you will have them there as well. So I'm going to put together some thoughts about how you incorporate that, because I think it's a brilliant time to actually Kath and I were talking about this earlier. It's a brilliant opportunity for yoga in action. So you'll really be living your yoga. So it's traditionally retreats were times when you would get away from society and times for reflection and distancing, but except now we're all distancing together. So I think it's brilliant. It's brilliant opportunity. To really...
So will the 2 daily videos come through emails? No, you only get one. You only get one email a day. That's how it is. So you get one email every day, but it will have 2 classes in it. Will it?
It will by the time we get to Saturday.
So in other words, you've jumped the gun a little bit by starting it right now. So because we're not quite yet 100%.
You will. Currently, the way it's set up. So I'm just thinking because currently you will get one video, but you'll get the next day's video. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. And thank you. I think it will be beautiful because the idea is just we're working through it together. And the theme is going to be homecoming. So it's a coming home to yourself retreat, which to my mind, it's stronger even than the kind of retreat that you'd retreat to. Because with that kind of retreat, you obviously don't have any responsibilities. You don't have any of the people around you. Here you've got everything. And in a way, it is about taking a really deep look at your life in situ. And that's actually quite a nice thing to see, of all the crazy things that happen in all of our lives. Well, how do we integrate that into our yoga practice? Because yoga isn't just the 45 minutes every day. It is living it off the mat. And hopefully, hopefully we'll, I think, get a lot more out of it than we would otherwise. Let's see. And yeah, I love that. Believe in being adaptable to a crisis. Yes, this is it. It's like the yogis can rise up. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it is being adaptable, accepting what's going on. And I think it's also a brilliant way to really involve your family or your loved ones or whoever you're living with, your housemates, in our daily themes as well, and think about how you rise to the challenge or the exploration of those themes. So so I'm excited for on Saturday. But I thought we start up with a short meditation now, so that we can
settle and ground a little bit,
and then we've got loads of time for lots of questions and discussions. And it's it's really, really great to have you all here. So if you find a really comfortable seat now, and feel into your feet. So I can't see any of you. I don't know how you're seated, but if you're able to, if you're sat on a chair, place your feet firmly on the floor. And if you're sitting cross-legged, really feel into your foundations. And imagine your lower half of your body is filled with gold. You have golden bones. So feel this sense of preciousness and also weight as you settle into the earth beneath you that's holding and supporting you. Feel your sitting bones against the floor and feel your spine rising up from the pelvis all the way to the back of your head, and feel some buoyancy and lightness in your skull and the back of your head. And take 2 or 3 breaths consciously. So be aware of the breath. You don't need to change the breath. or judge the breath. Just be aware of how your breath is. Does it feel rough or smooth? Is your breath long or short? Is it deep or shallow? How does its texture seem to you? How does your body feel now that you've been able to settle for a moment or two? Can you feel it simultaneously still and moving? And pause for a moment and turn your attention to your mind and your thoughts. How is your mind this evening? Is it busy? Is it calm? Is it settled or agitated? Or is it a combination of all of that? Thoughts are so natural. They are the natural way our mind acts. That is the nature of our mind. So don't worry if your mind is busy or if it's still. Just be aware of how it is in this moment. And turning to your breath now, breathe in for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. Inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. And continue in this way, making your inhale and your exhale the same length. You might feel that 4 feels a little bit short, or perhaps it feels too long, and adjust your breath to what is right for how you are breathing currently. Take a few more rounds like this. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And after your next exhale, inhale for the same count and lengthen your exhale. So you may lengthen it by a beat or two, or anywhere up to double the length of your inhale. So you might breathe in for 4 and out for 6 or 7 or 8. And allow your exhale to be a process of dropping in, releasing, and letting go. So as you've sat here, if anything has felt agitated or uncomfortable or really amazing, acknowledge that and release it on the exhale. As thoughts come up, acknowledge them and exhale your thoughts out. And continue like this, breathing in and exhaling for a beat or 2 or more longer. And inhale and exhale. Release, feel weighted. Inhaling, feeling your connection to the earth or whatever supports you. And exhale to release any agitation or distraction. And bring your attention to your heart space and feel how it is today. How does your heart feel today? And your mind might be filling now, as you ask yourself that, with its own opinions. That's fine. Your mind has opinions. That's how it is. But see if you can feel into your heart. And as you feel into your heart, awaken some sense of acknowledgement of your heart and the love you hold there. And as you breathe in, repeat the following phrases. May I be happy. May I be well. May I feel peaceful and spacious. May I be at ease. And wish yourself well. May I be happy. May I be well. May I feel peaceful and spacious. May I feel at ease. And bring to mind your family, your friends, your loved ones, and wish them well. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be peaceful and spacious. May you feel at ease. And now bring all the beings into the world, into your heart space, and wish all beings well. May you be happy. May you be well. May you feel peaceful and spacious. May you feel at ease. In this time where so many are feeling anxiety, send out good wishes from your heart. May you be happy. May you be well. May you feel peaceful and spacious. May you feel at ease. And sense back into your breath. Feel back into your sitting bones and your feet. And when you're ready, blink your eyes open. So
thank you. Really lovely. I'm feeling much more settled now, much more grounded. I was feeling a bit overexcited, truth be known.
it's good. It's good to feel excited as well. As I think
It's
there's
good to feel the feelings as well,
yes,
to know what we're feeling.
oh, absolutely.
And yeah, it kind of, we've got this lovely comment, funny anecdotes of the daily home yoga practice as a fully fledged home convert. And I think that's right. I think what we're going to be doing is exploring how we're all meeting ourselves and each other in our home environments, complete with the anecdotes with the kids, the dogs, the husbands, the wives, the everythings, complete with the mess of life.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it should be, the connections, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's it's really important, isn't it, to share that space. I have to say I'm quite a selfish yogi because I sometimes just throw everyone out and say, right, I've got the living room now. I have to do this thing in this space. So,
Yeah.
but yes, it's really it's important to feel into this time and learn to share.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So I wanted to check in with folks how home yoga practice is gone this week, how things are going. I've been doing sort of my yoga's been quite variable because normally I do sort of 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. And I've been doing I found myself at very odd times of the day for me. So I did Layla's anxiety class just in the middle of the day one day because I was just feeling just a bit overwhelmed by it, really. So it's really nice for me to be in a slightly different space and just be like, right, I'm now going to do, because there's no structure. And that is a bit of a gift. Yeah, so that's kind of how it's been for me. What about you, Rakhee?
Absolutely, and I think that it's really nice to have that opportunity when you sense something and you feel I can pause and it can be short. It doesn't, and I think this is my kind of biggest tip, I suppose, about a home yoga practice is it doesn't have to be 90 minutes. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes, and it can really meet your needs. You can meet your own needs. I think for me, this time last week when we spoke, I was feeling an incredible sense of disconnection from my body, despite doing quite a lot of yoga. But I've continued to do that, and I am feeling more settled. I've also been doing a lot of meditation, and I found that those two things have really helped. So I think it's about remembering that your yoga practice doesn't have to be a certain way. I mean, don't bring should into it.
And I love this. Yeah, we're not alone. I'm feeling a change of routine. So experience new yoga classes, adapting to the emotions. And I think also it's like this is kind of the cool thing about doing yoga online. Like you don't have to just go to your 7:30 class because it's the only one that you can make, right? And it's like that's kind of cool. Like really, okay, I'm now feeling a bit of a mess. I feel stressed out. This pranayama is what's going to hit the spot. Or I just need some zest. I need some energizing. I need that. Or I've been doing yoga nidras before night. It's been brilliant. Love it.
Yeah.
Different things like that. Just what's going to ground, what's going to give us what we need to feel. And it's kind of that moment of checking in with ourselves. What is it that we need right now? So Rakhee, how do you feel? Like, what is it that you're needing, do you think, right now?
So right at this precise moment or during the day today. I have done some yoga today, and what I was also feeling, what I was really feeling earlier today was a real need to go out. So I'm in London, so I've been really trying to minimize going out, and yeah, I needed to go out and connect with
nature and
connect with nature, which sounds like a really terrible cliche, but it's true. And I think just that motion of walking really helped to soothe me. And I think it's an unusual time in that I think we seem to have all discovered that, well, the internet's come into its own a little bit. However, so we're connecting, but we're also feeling disconnect with things like nature. So actually, I think it is important to make sure we're going outside, we're moving in a way that feels natural for us, and really checking in with how we're moving. And I think it's connection's an interesting one, because we're not able to connect in the ways we were before, and yet I do find myself connecting with more people in different, and sometimes in deeper ways as well. I don't know if anyone else is finding that. So I think it is that sense of, someone said something about it helps to weave the class through the day, and taking 10 minutes here and there. And absolutely, I think it's a brilliant time to do yoga all day long.
To be able to have that luxury of being at home to do that is really so cool.
Yeah, someone's into Mimi and
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Which is beautiful. And I think so we will be kicking off the retreat with Mimi and her elements, and I think I was yearning for the elements and nature as well when I came up with that. But but in fact, I think what's so beautiful about that class is that it enables us to feel that connection without, we unfortunately we can't go and spend ages in the park, and like the big park near me is unfortunately been one of the ones that is now closed. So and yet we have nature within us, and we are part of nature, and everything is nature, and it is yoga is something that helps us tap into that. So yes, we've got a lovely comment here. Nature is the best leveler, and I've really valued the 1 walk a day ration. Makes me feel grateful. Yeah, it's really nice to get out. So
there's just nothing like almost having something limited in supply to really, really value it.
Yeah.
There's something about that. I think it does make you feel grateful, and we know that gratitude makes us happier. So yeah, I think there's definitely something in that. And it's interesting about that and connection, because, for example, I feel a lot more connected right now than I often do. Like, we're doing more of these. I feel more connected with you guys, with my friends who, we've been doing virtual wine evenings. I don't know if you've been doing that, but that's quite fun, as well as doing virtual meditations and virtual things. But, it is quite nice to be able to do that and feel that we're all in it together now. And that's kind of a cool feeling.
And it's quite nice to do that, especially now when we do know people all around the world. And I was at a virtual birthday party the other day, and it was quite nice to do without the travel, I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. And I love this comment.
Yeah.
Everyone feels that staying in is okay, reframing and being grateful to have a chance to stop. I absolutely think that is it.
Yeah.
This is a gift. Like, this is probably, well, let's hope, but this is like a once in a lifetime thing. And it's an immense opportunity. And I kind of feel sad for the I don't know if you guys see on social media, but there's a lot of people who are, doing the Netflix and gin early and things like that. And I just think this is such an amazing opportunity to get into ourselves. And gosh, the thought that all our meetings are cancelled for the foreseeable future, so cool.
I love that, to stop rather than do. So it really is about being, and just slowing down. And I think it's not slowing down in terms of the rushing around, but it's also the slowing down in terms of acquisition and getting, and just, I have to get this done, I have to do this, and I have to do this. And I think we've got a
Mm-hmm.
chance to really select what's right for us. And I think there has been a sense as well this week that it can be equally as easy to become overwhelmed in the virtual world, and this new reality we're living in, as it is in the real world, in terms of, as you were saying, is I have to watch all these box sets, or I have to go and watch a virtual museum. But I also do feel that there are opportunities to explore those things that we haven't been able to, and that we've always wanted to as well. So I'm certainly making use of those.
Yeah, and I don't think it's anything to feel bad about at all, because I think it is soothing. It's deeply soothing to not be racing around on weekends, because I don't know about you guys, but my weekends are jam-packed. Like, there's a 9, there's a 10, every single moment is so busy.
Yeah,
I think most people are like that. I think that's normal, isn't it?
And it's great, because people are saying they feel soothed by the stop. But I think we're all chronically tired of running around as well, and it is. And actually, I have to say that I've found myself over the last week taking more naps than I would. And I work from home, so I can take naps whenever I want, really. But it's almost like we've been given permission to slow down.
Yeah, I feel like it's the earth saying that it needs a pause. Like, okay, enough of the aeroplanes, enough of all of the cars, the racing around. Everybody take a breath, reevaluate.
And the challenge is, isn't it, how we go back, how we re-enter when we come to it. So there was I think I saw that there's that looked at the air pollution data for London. Of course, it's massively dropped, because no one is really driving around needlessly. That there aren't flights have been grounded. And the question is, how do we maintain all the good things that are coming out of this when we re-enter? And I can see we've just, there's been a momentum and these things have happened, but it's interesting to see what can happen when we do stop.
And actually, and I love it, like, you're not the only napper here. And I think
fellow nappers.
I think taking time to properly rest, because all of our immune systems are shot. None of us are able to take in the nutrition that there even is in our food anyway, because we're so unrested. We're not able to optimize anything. We're not able to properly digest. We're not able to fight diseases because we're so exhausted. And I do think that if there's one thing that we can all take away, it's that, yes, the gratitude, but also just let's incorporate those naps and incorporate the stops, and really clear out one day a week for doing nothing. Because, I think it's just so important. That's what it's shown to me, is how grateful I've been to have my diary cleared. I've been delighted not to have to rush around and go into town and do this and that. It's brilliant. And I'm getting on and doing the projects that I'd wanted to do, and obviously all the new things have come up, but it's really cool, and I'm getting quality time with my doggos. It's cool.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So and I think the other area of opportunity is around creativity as well, because I think this is a moment where you can either feel hemmed in by this kind of enforced period indoors, or inwards, if you like, or it can be a brilliant opportunity to also think about how we are creative from day to day. And I think again, this has been enforced as well. We're forced now to be a little more creative, whether it's just creative with whatever food we find in the house, or we can now find on the shelves. And I have certainly come up with some interesting combinations, but I think there are all sorts of other ways in which we can slow down and get back to all those things that make us happy and creative. So but just going back to the napping, that someone said that my night's sleep is varying, so I've been kind to myself to have a nap, and actually that's what I've found. So I've had, last week I was sleeping loads, and then this week a little less, but it's been great to have the nap. So we've been, we're able to be a bit more creative with our time as well. So yes, I think it is also a time of depletion. So we have a comment here that we are also giving a lot.
That's true.
And there is anxiety, as we there hasn't been a 3-month holiday declared. There is still uncertainty and anxiety, and that can be depleting as well. I think I was just hearing in the news that what happened in Russia is, I think, rather than declaring it a lockdown, Putin said it was a week without work. So everyone thought, yay, we're on holiday. So it was a little bit counterproductive. But I think we're very aware that we need to support others. And yes, there are challenges as well. Navigating the online supermarket, I've just given up with the online supermarket chaos. It's just like, it is challenging.
But I don't know about how it is for you in London, but over here, I've got to know my neighbours better. I've got an old lady next door who I'm doing my shop for, and it's cool. I really like that, and I think that there's a lot of different communities who are really coming together, and people saying hi, and I think
absolutely. And I live in a big block of flats, and emails do go round when people need help. So I think that there really is a strong sense of community. So I'm reading this comment about, it's been upsetting as my father has had to go into self-isolation due to 3 pre-existing critical illnesses. And I really sympathise with that, because my father's 88 and is also not well. He's got a heart condition. He had to have some blood transfusions last week, and it was terrifying, because I was stuck at home many miles away, and nobody could be with him at the hospital. So it is difficult. And I think being in isolation with a carer is definitely challenging and upsetting.
Really worrying.
And I think, we have to acknowledge that, and hopefully you're able to speak to him and be in touch with the carers as well. It's really tough, and yeah, he loves the physical contact of hand holding.
Yeah.
And hopefully there are ways that, you know, that he is still able to get the comfort he needs. And I think there are
loads of people.
There are loads of people that.
And you know what I was calling on, what I've been calling on in the last few days as what I've been needing is courage, because actually there's a lot of this going on. There's a lot of people who are not okay.
Yeah.
And I think that actually what we do need, you know, joking aside, is we really do need for all of us to be stronger than ever before, to be able to deal with this fearlessly. And you know, we acknowledge the fears, we acknowledge the anxieties, but there's so much that, you know, we do have to step up.
Yeah, and I think the acknowledgement of the fear and the sending out of the good wishes. So I pray for him every day, and I think that,
like the metta
practice, like the metta practice, and I think that really has a strong effect. And I've been doing the metta practice a lot. I've been teaching it a lot in my classes as well, because it feels a time where we need to send that out into the world as well, that energy, and I think it is very difficult when you are also left with a sense of helplessness, and that is one concrete thing that we can do. But I hear the frustration and the hurt and and it is tough, and I think it's good to acknowledge that.
Absolutely. And gosh, this is what community is about. And you know what, we're not all about you know, it's not all fluffy unicorns out there. There's real stuff, and it really does hurt. And I think it's a nice thing, and it's a really good thing that we can share, and it's a safe space to be able to share, and we're all going to be kind and listen to each other. Yeah, of course, because it is tough, and all we can do is call on our inner resilience, our inner courage.
Yeah. And there's a beautiful comment here, Kat. That I'm sorry, I'm just calling people someone and someone, but just we can't. Well, Kat and I can't see anyone's names on our computer, which sounds it's a weird flaw in this particular piece of software. But someone has said the resilience I have built on my mat with MFML is a linchpin for my son every day.
Wow, that is so beautiful.
That is really beautiful.
Thank you. Wow.
And I think we are really lucky to have this resource.
It's an amazing resource. It is.
And that we can call, and you know, here's a perfect time to call on it.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh dear, yeah, it is, and it is a good time that it comes into its own, that we can be here for each other, and that we can help each other through our struggles, the inevitable anxieties and fears, and the frustrations, and the worries, and the whole fact of, you know, being cooped up at home, but also having this incredible time. It's sort of the best of everything and the worst of everything all at once, I kind of feel.
And it is very, well, I'm going to say it's very unique. It's a unique time for us in the way we are experiencing it. None of us have lived quite anything like this. That is on such a global scale. That where we can draw on the resources of each other and the community, but where we're also, we understand community because we're all going through it. And I think there have been times where people, small sections of society go through something really tough, and we don't all go through it. I was talking to someone in another group who it was really interesting. She was saying that she lives, she works for an NGO, and she lives in Afghanistan, and she said this is how everyone lives there, in this kind of sense of self-isolation, and that kind of, you know, flight or fright kind of fear response. I think our fear responses are probably really ramped up, and yoga can really help us to settle so that we don't live like that, and it helps us to build resilience.
Yeah, definitely. The pranayama definitely is, I found, very cooling to the nervous system at times when I've been very stressed and very worried. I found the mindfulness amazing because it just brings you back to the present. And this whole thing about, you know, is everybody going to be okay? What's going to happen? When is this going to be over? Am I going to be able to get shopping? You know, all of this, which is kind of like our usual anxieties, but writ large. Gosh, there's nothing like a mindfulness practice for reminding us that all that we have is the present. That's all we ever had. But there's something about this situation right now which really, you know, it's calling on that, because everything that we knew has been taken away. Really.
Yeah.
So it's frightening, but it also is also, I think it's just to remind ourselves, it is also an amazing opportunity. We are all of us faced with loved ones, with people who we know who are going through some really horrible and traumatic times. But I think we just need to come back to the present moment, whilst being courageous, whilst sending metta, and just say, this is just, it's an acknowledgement of this right now. And gosh, this right now is also beautiful. You know, it's beautiful springtime. It's an amazing time of year. Everything is happening in nature outside. There's a lot to be grateful for.
And I think we are completely, we've talked a lot about, you know, reordering our day, but I think there's also a lot we can do within our day. I was just shared with Kat something I found somewhere on social media, but they were just reminders of things that you can do each day. You know, thinking about who can you connect with today that you might not have done. I think last week we talked about connecting with people or talking to people we hadn't talked to for years. I've got friends in Italy and Spain, and so I've been in touch with them, and so, you know, we can connect with people still. You know, we can still move our bodies, keep our minds healthy. We can do something creative. We can look after ourselves as well. I think you know, and acts of self-care can be anything from turning off the news. I think when everything started to begin with, I was a little bit of a news junkie, and then I just thought, no, you know what, this is making me feel a little bit crazy, and so, you know, I'm keeping up with what's going on, but new things are not happening every minute, and I think we just have to be patient. Someone was talking about patience earlier, in the sense of you learn patience when all sorts of people come and trample over your yoga mat when you're trying to do yoga. But I think we also have to be patient with the situation. I think, you know, we're in week 2 now, and I'm just thinking, occasionally I do have moments where I think, I don't think I can do this for 3 months, but you know, I think we're learning a lot, and maybe we're learning those things, the lessons we need to learn. Patience is a big one for me. I'm my least patient person, I think. I really do have ants in my pants.
I don't know, Rakhee, I'm pretty impatient too. But it's pretty cool because, you know, we've got very grateful to have a toolbox of practices that can support. And that's kind of how it is, isn't it? And that is the nice thing about isolation, to phone friends and listen to others and have a sense of humor, for sure. Yeah, you know what? I think that between us, there's lots of different experiences, but there's lots of positivity, and we are able to uplift each other and keep each other strong through it. So I'm really pleased to have this community and have this group. So thank you, Rakhee, for spending this time and for the practice at the beginning. I really enjoyed that. And gosh, I can't wait for the home retreat on Saturday. That's going to be brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah. So just Mimi is doing the meditation on Saturday evening at 7. So
and I think you're going to be doing.
I'm going to be hosting it, so you can
heckle Rakhee and Mimi.
Come back for Mimi and I.
And then on Sunday, it's Adam doing part 2 of his Q&A over alignment. And also he's going to be talking about home practice space. So if you have questions for Adam, that's on Sunday. Monday is going to be a meditation with Clive. This is like a forward thing. Then on Tuesday, we've got Lucy doing a meditation. And Wednesday, I think that's you, Rakhee.
Yes, Lizzie.
Lizzie, that's right. Naomi is Thursday, and I'll be doing that. Friday, I think that's you, isn't it? Again?
Yeah, Friday is me, Ju, and I'm back on Saturday with Adriana.
Amazing. And then Sunday is wonderful Zephyr, and on Monday it is amazing Nikita wrapping us up. I think we're finishing with amazing Nikita. No, yeah, you don't have to attend them all. No,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know,
just what you like.
And they will be available afterwards as well. So you know, if it's a tricky time of day, you'll be able to watch them later. Yeah. Someone is asking, do you have an immunity boosting tips on yoga? So I've been reading up a little bit in terms of immunity when I was putting the immunity challenge together. And the main things are eating as balanced a diet, so lots of multicolored fruit and veg. Getting enough sleep is a really big one, and we've talked lots about that today. And getting sunshine, vitamin D really boosts your immunity. So at this time when we are being asked to stay inside, take that opportunity to go out. If you've definitely, if you have a garden, go and spend lots of time in it, or a balcony, or whatever outside space you can get to. Is really.
And you know what I'm doing as well is butting in here. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm taking Wild Nutrition's immune boosting supplement. That's what I'm taking, because she has plant-based supplements. I don't take chemical supplements because I don't think that they're very good for you. But the Wild Nutrition one, I'll put it in the link down here. They're really, really good. So yeah, I'm on Wild Nutrition's immunity boost.
So someone's saying, just finished day 4 of the immunity challenge and loving it. Not sure I'm going to decide between that and the home retreat.
Tricky. You can always go back to the immunity.
That was going to be my solution as well. I think with the home retreat, it's quite nice because you
do it together.
We'll be working with the themes. We'll do it together, and you get to meet the teachers as well. But you can go back to the immunity, and I think some of the same teachers feature. So
and are we going to give out the timetable, Rakhee?
The timetable will be on the challenge page. So
but for the teachers giving lives,
that's the dates are on that page.
It's going to be on the challenge page. Cool.
And I can copy that into the movers group.
And we can put it in the movers group. I think that's a good idea. Cool. Yes. Cajoling to eat more veg. Right. I think that we should call it a night. It's deadly dark outside, and look like
you've slowly plunged into darkness.
Plunged into utter darkness here.
Yeah, I've still got some streaks of orange in the sky, but yeah.
So listen, guys, thank you very, very much, and I can't wait to see you all for Saturday night, or that'll be Rakhee on Saturday night, for the first one of the home yoga classes, and then I'll be doing Sunday night with Adam. So I think we'll have some really, really good ones. And I think that we said we were going to try to have a check-in every week while we're on lockdown. I think that'd be cool, wouldn't it? After we've done the home yoga challenge, see what you guys think. Let's discuss it amongst ourselves. See what's fun.
Yeah, we can.
And thanks, Sam.
And there's always the movers group as well. So if people want to and need to check in, I think people are posting things and they're supporting each other, and they're really great. And we read all the comments, so it's brilliant. Thanks, Sam. Sending you a virtual hug back too.
Oh, big hugs. All right. Thank you so much to you all for all of your love and support. And thank you mostly, Rakhee, for your beautiful meditations and making me smile.
Welcome.
All right, everybody. Take very good. Loving the dog too. The dogs are the superstars. And yeah, keep very, very well and safe, everybody. Lie low. All right. Take care.
Good night.
Night. Bye.